A man was walking home after a long day of work when something on the side of the road made him stop. A cat was lying on the ground next to some kittens. She was not just resting casually. Her body was pressed close to them in a way that showed she was guarding them with all her strength. The man could tell right away that something was different about this situation. The cat looked exhausted and weak. Her fur was dull and her body seemed fragile. But her eyes told a completely different story. They were wide open, alert, and full of determination. She was watching everything around her very carefully. Even though she looked like she desperately needed rest, she refused to relax. She stayed right there beside the kittens, never moving away from them even for a moment. The man felt concern growing in his chest. He could see that the cat needed help, but he also understood that approaching her would not be simple. She was clearly protective and probably scared. He decided to try something gentle first. He went back and brought some clean water in a small bowl. He placed it carefully near her and then stepped back to give her space. The cat noticed the water immediately. Her thirst was stronger than her fear. She got up slowly and walked over to the bowl. She drank all of it without stopping, gulping it down desperately. It was obvious that she had been suffering from dehydration for quite some time. The man felt sad watching her. She had been so focused on protecting the kittens that she had ignored her own basic needs. While the man was watching, a young boy who lived nearby came closer. He spoke in a quiet voice and shared something that made the situation even more touching. This cat was not actually the mother of these kittens. Their real mother was her sister. The sister had given birth to them but then disappeared several months ago. Nobody knew where she went or what happened to her. Since that day, this cat had refused to leave the kittens behind. She had stayed with them every single day and night, taking care of them as if they were her own babies. She had become their mother even though they did not share blood. The man felt deep admiration for this loyal animal. He wanted to check on the kittens to see what condition they were in. He slowly reached out his hand toward them, moving very carefully and gently. The cat's reaction was instant and fierce. She jumped to her feet and made a loud hissing sound. Her whole body became stiff and tense. Her eyes, which had seemed tired before, now looked filled with fear and aggression. She positioned herself directly between the man and the kittens. The message was crystal clear. She would not let anyone touch them. She would fight to protect them if she had to. The man understood her fear completely. He did not feel offended or angry. He knew she was just trying to keep them safe. He decided to try a different approach. He pulled out some creamy cat treats from his bag and placed them on the ground near her. The smell caught her attention right away. She sniffed the treats carefully, checking if they were safe. Then she began eating them slowly. As the food filled her empty stomach, her body started to relax. Her muscles loosened and her breathing became calmer. She was beginning to trust him just a little bit. Now the man could see the kittens more clearly. What he saw made his heart feel heavy. They were in bad shape. Their bodies looked weak and underfed. Their fur was covered in dirt and grime. The place where they were staying offered no protection at all. They were exposed to weather, traffic, and other animals that could harm them. If they remained here much longer, their chances of surviving would become very slim. The man knew he could not walk away and leave them in this dangerous situation. He made a decision right then. He went to get a soft pet carrier from his car. Moving very slowly and speaking in soothing tones, he began picking up the kittens one by one. They were so tired that they barely reacted. He placed each one gently inside the carrier where they would be safe and comfortable. Then came the moment he was most worried about. He had to pick up the cat herself. He expected her to hiss again or try to scratch him, but something surprising happened instead. The cat looked at him with calm, quiet eyes. There was something different in her expression now. It was almost like she understood that he was trying to help her family. When he reached down and carefully lifted her, she did not fight back. She did not make any angry sounds. She simply allowed him to place her inside the carrier next to the kittens. Once inside, she settled down beside them and stayed very still. The man carried the carrier with all of them inside and took them to his home. That day changed everything for this little family. The cat, who had spent so long living on the dangerous streets, who had given up everything to protect kittens that were not even biologically hers, finally had a safe place to call home. She no longer had to worry about finding food or water. She no longer had to stay awake all night watching for danger. She could finally rest and just be a mother to the babies she loved so much. The kittens began to thrive in their new environment. They received proper nutrition and care. Their fur became clean and soft. Their whole bodies grew stronger every day, and the cat, who had shown such incredible courage and loyalty, transformed into a happy and content mother. She had proven that family is not always about blood. Sometimes it is about love, sacrifice, and the choice to stay when everyone else leaves. If this rescue story touched your heart, share your ideas for names for these kittens and subscribe for more heartwarming animal rescue stories.